Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're starting over yet again, and I don't know how long this is going to last, especially with the Scandinavia DLC dropping in just a few more days. 2 more, I believe. It's actually supposed to be out tomorrow night. I actually went to see if I could pre-purchase it, and there's no pre-purchase option on Steam, so I guess I just got to wait till it drops. I don't know how well the trailer pack or the traffic packs are going to work, if at all, when Scandinavia comes out. So we may have to go pure vanilla till JazzyCat updates those. We'll have to see. Because there are, it's a whole new location. So I don't know how that's going to work with the cars and the trucks and stuff. And there are new cargoes and new companies in the game. And the trailer packs not only reskin trailers and put in new trailers, but also put in companies and change logos and stuff. So I don't know how well it's going to work. Theoretically, it should still work, but it may not. Mods are very, very fickle. So we will have to see there. Two, and this is very important, I have finally gone, bit the bullet, so to say, committed. Today, I went and purchased a second NVIDIA GTX 660 Superclock video card. I will be finally SLIing my cards. I found a tech website, as I said in my last video, posed a question, and people said, you're better off SLIing your cards rather than upgrading unless you're going to go to like a 900 series, which is like 500 bucks. So that should be here within the next 7 days. Also, while I was at it, I decided to bite one more bullet, and I used a little bit more of my finances to purchase a Blue Microphone Snowball recording condenser microphone. Because I know this microphone in this headset, as good as this headset is, and it works great with everything else. Everyone can hear me perfectly clear at a good volume on all my other programs, but for some reason here on Fraps, I tend to be a lot quieter. And if I don't remember to turn my mic up full blast, you really can't hear me. So I got to get, so I've been thinking about it and hemming and hawing over it. Well, I'm finally committed. I've purchased a microphone and I've purchased a second video card. So hopefully, I'll be able to run this better while recording, and you'll be able to hear me a lot better. It's just going to be about another week for it to get here is all. I made sure when I purchased them, because I had to purchase them off of eBay, to get expedient shipping, priority shipping, rather than standard shipping, which is ground. So that means they're coming by air. They're coming by air, and they should be here within a week, maybe even less. So, that being said, what job were we going to take? I forget. I think I wanted to take the lumber. So, I finally committed. The only thing I'm concerned about with my video cards is because of where my power supply sits. Yeah. I've always loved the sound of the Mercedes. But then again, it sounds like a man, doesn't it? I think it's the standard sound. But I don't know. I still like it. I have also, believe it or not, turn tighter. Thank you. But believe it or not, I have also cleaned my computer today. I kind of had to. Just because I needed to make sure what video card I had. I knew I had an NVIDIA GTX 660, So I could use any other 660 card, NVIDIA, ASUS, it didn't matter the maker, as long as it had a 660 chip. But I needed to know if I had a 660 Ti or just a plain 660, because there is a difference between Ti and 660 and not Ti, basically. So I wanted to make sure that so when I pulled my card out, cleaned it off, and then I looked, and it's just a regular GTX 660 super clock. And so I actually found a new one I wanted to buy last night. You know, the box had been opened, but everything was still wrapped in the packages and sealed. Well, I didn't buy it last night because, again, I wanted to make sure I had the proper um, card, right? Well, when I found out I had the proper card, I went to the bookmark and went to buy it, and I actually got something that said transaction blocked. I started panicking. I thought I did something wrong. I'm thinking, oh God, what did I do? Tell me I screwed up eBay and now I can't get my card. But no. Come to find out, change my, oh no, that, okay, fine. Come to find out, it said that the person I was trying to buy from cannot receive payments. So something's up with him. And on the one hand, I was grateful because maybe, you know, he's scamming people and he's under investigation or something. Yeah, this is the problem with the Mercedes. I'm 100 and I'm already pushing over 1500 RPM. It's one of the reasons I tend not to drive the Mercedes as much as I may like it. I had too many cars to pass on this corner. So, anyways, as I was saying, still, no. As I was saying, I was grateful about that, but I was also sad because this was the only unopened GTX 660 on eBay. Everything else was used. So I was a little bit put out by that. So I searched and searched and searched and searched and searched. And it came down to a choice between two. There was one that was refurbished. Now, refurbished doesn't necessarily mean like it was broken or something. Refurbished means that it was taken in, checked over, usually by the company or by text, and given certified that the card's good. And you know, it's basically a step down from it. It's what I like to call a step down from new. But I don't know, there was just something about that that didn't sit well with me. So what I actually ended up doing, this is going to end horribly. Just you watch. Nope, actually we made it. Just in time for more traffic ahead, of course. But, I don't know, there's just something about that website. And the other one was a used one. Guy bought his card almost the same exact time I bought mine. So about a year ago. And he says he's upgraded and he doesn't have any use for it anymore. That's a good card. It, you know, it still works fine. He's got it packed in a proper box. You know, not just some regular box. It's actually an electronics box with electronics wrapping to protect it from static. And he's also gone to say that he will issue a full refund if anything's wrong with the card. All I'd have to do is pay return shipping. I don't fully agree with that, but I couldn't argue because every other website I looked at didn't offer refunds. Okay, I thought there was a car coming the other way. Yeah, but every other one I looked at, you know, it's like no refunds, no refunds, no refunds. And I didn't like that. Not in the slightest. At least in this one, if the card shows up with something wrong or doesn't work, I can send it back to him. No, not that road. Next one. Although I could have gone that one. I don't know why I turned my head like that. I meant to look this way. So that's the way I went. It says it doesn't come with any extra parts. It's just the card, which is fine because I save all the parts from all my other stuff. So I have the needed piece to SLI the cards up in one of my drawers in my little storage. Actually, I got stuff up. I got to go through that drawer. I got stuff up there that needs to be thrown out. Stuff I don't even own anymore. Stuff I won't use or play anymore. I actually have going through. I actually have a disc up there for the first Call of Duty. You jerk. The first Call of Duty Black Ops game, and I don't use discs anymore. I don't even have a CD drive on my computer at all. So yeah, there's that. Well, I gotta go through and clean that. That's definitely something I want to do. But I don't know when I'll do it because it's out of sight right now. And, you know, the whole out of sight, out of mind thing. Don't hit, please. Thank you. Directional's still on for whatever reason. Nice, we should be able to stay in gear. Nice. Alright, back in the truck. Why is the directional still on? So hopefully when I'm recording these low frame rates, severely low on it, will stop. Because, you know, when I shut off the frame rate right there, I was actually getting 71 frames per second without recording. Put it back on and I'm getting 40. You know, so it's a hit of 30 frames per second that I'm getting. And I don't like that. Of course, I honestly don't know how well it will work, or if there'll be a difference, or better at all. I honestly don't. Only time will tell. And I only render at 720 at 30 frames per second anyways, just to be honest with you. I'd love to render at 1080 at 60 frames, which YouTube now supports, but I just don't have the upload bandwidth to deal with that. And until me and my wife move elsewhere and I can get on Hawaiian Telecom, I'm not gonna have the bandwidth. And we're looking at wait list of like 30 months, so 2 years plus. That's gonna kind of suck, honestly. Hello. Any particular reason you're breaking my momentum? So, yeah, that sucks. That sucks pretty damn hard, if I'm to be honest with you. Now, you know what I don't get about this take a job in the game here? You know, it says, you know, because I don't have a truck, I have to go and grab a random job from the job market. So why am I allowed... Whoa, too fast. Not too fast, I was going to lose it. The Mercedes, especially the 6x4 chassis, is very, 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 very stable. It's really long. It's one of the longest wheelbases in the game. Not only is there that, but it wasn't that I was going to tip. It was that I was going too fast and actually couldn't hold the corner and was drifting outward. But be that as it may. I totally forget what I was talking about beforehand. No, I'm moving over so I don't accidentally exit the highway on an exit. Yeah, honestly, I 100% completely forget what the hell I was talking about. Before I mentioned that I was starting to lose the corner. I was? Oh no, I was talking about time frame and moving out. That's what I was talking about. Listen to how high I gotta rev up to get up to the cruising speed that I like. Look at that. 1700 RPM. Where the Scania, the MAN, and the Scania, the MAN, and the Volvo all cruised at 1500 and under. It may just be the transmission in the truck. I may have the first transmission and not the second one, but still, that rather sucks. Don't drift. My ear's itching. You know, you should pause the game when you go to itch your ear. 3% of the truck, 2%. Oh, what? Okay. Because I ran over a sign and hit a guardrail. That was real dumb, but it was comical to me as I was doing it too. It was like, yeah, this is what you get for trying to itch your ear under an ear cuff while trying to drive in a video game. Brilliant. Oh well. So, you know, once I could get onto Hawaiian Telecom, I can get enough bandwidth to upload. I mean, they have, I think, yeah, I know I mentioned this before, they have plenty of plans, including some really extremely fast plans, like 100 megabytes down, but they cost like $200 a month or 2,000 or something. Some ridiculous price, in all due honesty. Truly ridiculous prices. You know, I think to cruise this truck properly and not suck up all the fuel before I get there in the next 70 kilometers, I gotta cruise at 100. Not that 10 kilometers is a huge loss, but still. For now, I'm stuck with my 1.5 up. Oh, thanks. Traffic's just being a jerk today. But if my, you know, when my wife, not if, it's not if, when my wife and I move to our own place and I'm able to get Hawaiian Telecom, I can get a 30 down and 5 up for like $40 a month. That's not too terrible. And by the time we move, apparently, we'll have paid for our car and actually have an extra 200 bucks each. And maybe more, because we won't have to pay so much for insurance. Although, I don't know, there's merit to keeping your car fully insured. And $100 a month really isn't that bad to do so. Why are you stopping so hard? This traffic's being brutal today. I mean, the one accident I did have with the sign and the guardrail there was totally my fault, but wow, this traffic's just starting to drive me up a wall. I actually saw a mod that said remove all traffic, and I kind of looked at that and went, why? It kind of takes out half the fun of the game. I suppose it's cool for a little while to just cruise around and look at the scenery and enjoy the drive, but I couldn't see playing this game without traffic personally. I think it would be a huge loss. Ah, you jerk. Really? I don't know, man. This trip here. This trip. This trip is trippy. It's a trippy trip. It's got me tripping. I need to stop. I really need to stop. They really have changed the delay shift on the gears. And the handling of the truck, apparently. Yeah, but it used to be you would hit the gears and the numbers would switch right away. Now there's actually a delay between when you hit and when the numbers actually switch. I know I mentioned that last vid, but it's really prominent when you got to go through multiple gears. Because now I actually have to count rather than watch. Like when I did there at 8th, I had to go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 to make sure I got third gear when I stopped. Oh, come on, Light, you can change. Come on, Light. Come on, Light. Yeah. Don't have to do a full stop. And of course we're delivering out to the middle of nowhere. I'm really good at picking deliveries that just go out into the middle of the country rather than delivering in town. We're here. I sorry, man. I broke a few pieces. I ran over a sign and somehow damaged the lumber from underneath the trailer. Don't know how that happened, but it did. I apologize. I think I missed. Maybe not. Yeah, good enough. Not terrible. And we get a level, so now we can unlock high value. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. Peas. 8 tons of peas in a Renault. Sanitary ware in a Volvo. Lumber again. Shoes. Automotive batteries. Sugar beets. Garlic. Yeah, we just did a man truck. 324 lumber, 10 tons. Another lumber trailer. And it's kind of hard not to get a town I haven't gone to because my driving restrictions and how far I can drive. No. That goes from where I am to where I haven't been. Cosmetics. Office container. Starts from where I haven't been, but... what truck was that? Man. Rail stacks and another Mercedes. Tomatoes. That's a could be right there. Timber. I'm just seeing what trucks are available that I could drive. You know, I don't give the Renault Premium a lot of love, so let's take it for a run. It's gonna suck, but we'll take... No, actually, it's not a bad beginner truck. I mean, one thing I got to give the Renault Premium is it's got a great view. You know. You saw in the Mercedes that when I stopped, or when I was adjusting how I was looking, I actually needed to look sideways a little bit. I actually had to look sideways a little bit in order to get a good mirror view. And still be looking at the road. So I was actually looking like kind of an angle because the mirrors were set out that far. Oops. There we go. Lights on. But in this one, as you can see, the Premium's got a great view. The pillar doesn't block a lot of your sight, which is nice. The side window's really big. The mirrors are placed well. The windshield's really good. And if you like driving with the center mirror, I personally don't, the forward-centered mirror there. The advantage there is the mirror is set in the center of the truck, so it's in your view. It's not like all the way over there, where it'll often block street lights, stoplights, and you just won't be able to see. I gotta be in this lane anyways. You won't be able to see stoplights very well. So that is one advantage. The Premium, also the way it is it feels lower to the ground. So it's not, it just doesn't feel quite as tall, which in many cases is actually a good thing. The interior's nice. The red dashboard on the Renaults, the red lighting, I always thought that a little strange. I figured that could be a little harsh to view. I did put my lights... Oh no, I did not put my lights all the way on. Now I did. Thinking, boy, my headlights are dark. And right there is the Premium shortcoming. And sadly, it's the same thing with the Magnum, but I'll get to that. I mean, it has so many good qualities. One of the problems with the Premium and the Magnum is that you couldn't get a six-wheel chassis. You know, you couldn't get a 6x4. Well, that's been fixed. You now can get a six-wheel chassis for the Premium and for the Renault. For the Renault Magnum, rather. For the Magnum. The drawback, again, the one major drawback that both trucks have now is the engine. It's actually, as far as I can tell, especially for the premium, because the Magnum actually doesn't have as good a sight view as the premium does. You know, you don't have this really big, easy to see out of windshield, small pillar, big side windows, nice mirror. You know, it's actually a little more, claustrophobic style. Um, but the big problem they both have now is their limited motor. Their most powerful motor is not that powerful. So I'm only hauling 18 tons of tomatoes. And as you saw, I had to go to 5th gear to complete getting up that on-ramp. Where other trucks, even with smaller engines, I could do it in 7th and 8th gear by keeping momentum. And the premium, I just couldn't do that. But that's what mods are for. Just mod in a new engine and I'm all good. Horn? Oh god. That's not a horn. That's an error signal. Beep. Something's wrong with your truck. Beep. Sir, your 2 o'clock's here. I'll stop. I know that's got to be annoying. I apologize. It's only, like I saw, it's only 18 tons. So it's not even the heaviest vanilla trailer in the game. Again, the heaviest vanilla trailer in the game when it first came out, and it's what I will always call the heaviest vanilla trailer in the game, was 25 tons. And that was steam shovel. Even though steam, the actual steam shovel these days, they don't exist anymore. The way you would actually think and see of a steam shovel. There are certain, one certain type of earth mover is still considered the steam shovel. But now I guess they're just called excavators, earth movers, things like that. I still refer to it as a steam shovel. So we're 7 tons less, and we had to struggle up a highway off-ramp. Could you imagine what this would do on a modded steep hill? I don't like the thought of that. But you got to give it credit, though. It cruises well. Even wanting to cruise at 110, I'm still within, according to this, the green. I'm still within the power band. It cruises on flats exactly at 1500, looks like, and then goes a little above 1500 to to pick up on the hills and stuff. But it's still within the green bar, so it should still be good. Unlike the other trip, this looks like it's going to be mostly a highway run, and that being the case, hopefully, this should be over quickly. I can't say that once you get going that the Renault's, the premium's not fun to drive. Again, it is. It's just bopping right along, no problem. But that doesn't mean that I could still forgive the engine when it comes time to slow down. I don't know how my Snowball recording is going to go. I see a lot of people recording with Snowball microphones, and they tend to be sitting right up in front of them. Well, my table's down lower, and I don't have a mic stand. I guess maybe I'll have to look into investing some kind of mic stand eventually. Maybe I can just get a couple. I still have a couple thick books, and I can just prop it up on the books or something. I'll figure something out. I'll figure it out. Hopefully I can just set it down in front of me, because it's supposed to come at least with its own little, its own little base. I hope. I know it does come with a pop filter though. It comes with a free pop filter. So I will be using that because I tend to hit my piece pretty hard. So I don't want the that whole pop thing going on. So I will be using the pop filter for it. I'd still like to know what that noise is when I'm going around corners. Is that it's something shifting, but what's shifting in the truck? You know, am I hearing the load shifting? Is that my suspension? You know, what is that? Yeah, see, you hear that? I gotta slow down. I don't like this, this corner, this area. You should be able to stay in that lane. That's some tall lumber right there. I'd be scared to haul that. That's like... Well, that was bound to happen. I think I've gone too long without a speeding ticket. So it's the kind of time I got one. I kind of knew I should have slowed down more there, to be honest. No point in denying it. I like the sound the Renault makes, the premium. It sounds it sounds really stable. You know, it sounds smooth, calm. Oh, okay. Seriously? Oh! I can intermit my wipers. Off. Intermittent. This must be part of the new weather patterns they're talking about, that you'll have a light rain. So I can actually put intermittence on my wipers. Nice. Or I can turn them on full. There's not a high and low though. But that's, wow, that's a nice, neat little touch right there. I did not know that. Speed! I was just getting momentum for the return uphill on this side. Yeah, that's all. That's all I was doing. Honestly, I don't think I need more than the intermittent right now. Nice. Here we are, approaching Rotterdam. I don't know why we're pulling up to this place known as Rotterdam. And, you know, I think there should be a sheriff here, the sheriff of Rotterdam, Rotterdam, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to go watch Robin Hood. And not the Kevin Spacey one, or whoever that was that went act him. The first one. Who was that acted in that one? That Robin Hood movie? Was it Kevin Spacey? Yeah. But I forget his name. Not Kevin Bacon. Although everything ends at Kevin Bacon. Me too. I can't remember. I'd have to go look it up, and I'm too lazy. Costner, yeah. Kevin Costner. Yeah, that was not a good Robin Hood movie. Anyways, we are at our destination. We just got to back this baby in. I'm going through. And then that shall be it for this video. Oops, this is the entrance here. The wipers sound different too. I just noticed that the wipers don't make the same sound. And they're not as prominent when they're on. They're not as loud. Sweet! Didn't level up. But that's okay. We're just going to look and see what we might take on the next run. We have an excavator at 23 tons. Potatoes, 25. That's in an Iveco. Let's see what other trucks we have available to us. Take the opportunity to try and drive a variety of trucks because otherwise, once you buy your truck, that's what you're going to be driving. So this lets you have a little fun and drive other trucks you may want to drive. Dang. No Renault Magnum in all of that. Not a single one. Not a single one. I'm looking at weights right now. Maybe there's a heavy trailer. 26 tons of shampoo. Really? I don't know. Maybe we'll take the old DAF. Just remember how horrible it was compared to the DAF Euro. We'll see. Maybe we'll do the Iveco. But anyways, folks, that's going to be me done for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. There will probably be one more episode before I record the Scandinavia expansion. But I'm not sure. We'll see. I may just wait for the Scandinavia to come out, then make a recording and start it because it's supposed to be out. Tomorrow is the 6th. Tomorrow night, kind of midnight release thing. So, yeah. My Facebook and Twitter will be linked below, provided I remember to copy it and move it over. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, if you don't want to, so you know when my videos go up. And I occasionally post things. I don't use them very often. Although as I get more into YouTube and trying to be a little more consistent with it now, now that I'm committing resources to it, who knows, I may start posting more. Time will tell. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. I try and respond a lot of the times. Sometimes I respond really late, but I try and get around to them. Other than that, this is going to be One Big Bug. I'm going to be signing out. I'll see you next time.